Today I'm going to be reviewing the Nagi Series 3, starting with the panda. Here's her ID card. I like that they made them clear. This is pretty cute, and they seem to come with like a protective film. And her clothes in this satchel, and her blister packaging. Close-up look at her hair. It does interfere with her shoulders, but because the hair is kind of like rubbery and movable, it does just kind of move a little out of the way and it doesn't like pop off. And it's not too much in the way with her shoulders, and this hairstyle is very cute. I do like that they have kind of a rubbery or velvety feel to their hair. I do a full rotation for her hair. I do like this sculpt a lot too. It's very cute. Her shirt has a small and intricate stitching, and I really like it. I like that they have these cuffs on the sleeves. I think that's great. I feel like some other brands would just print on a cuff or something similar. And the way that they've got these straps sewn down with little cross stitches here, or X's, and just other little tiny stitches throughout to keep it in place, looks quite nice and well finished. And with the Velcro opening, it'll be easy to get it on her and get her dressed. The shorts have, oh, okay, it got flipped around. Cute little chain and this little figure. And again, also some little cuffs. And these leg warmers with their little ribbons and buckles on them. And here she is fully dressed. She's probably one of my favorites out of this whole set. I really love the shades of green they used on her, like for her shirt and her leg warmings. This is a great, very earthy green. And then, you know, these darker shades too are nice, but I am like a big fan of this lighter green. And all of just how this outfit comes together is really cute. And I think it's so funny how these sleeves just fully cover her hands. This is about where her hand is, and this is the excess of the sleeve hanging off. And then these shoes are cute too. It's funny that they also get covered by the little leg warmers so much. But I do really like it. I think it's kind of like a little bit more punk or street wear style clothing. Isn't normally something I super like, but I do really like this look on her. And it looks fine from the back, or like good enough. The seam looks pretty chunky with how the Velcro is. I do like that like flatter length style of Velcro, but overall still quite cute. And then next up we have the wolf, his clothing packet, and blister packet with spare hands and shoes. I think overall the wolf's outfit will be cute, but I am not so crazy about these pieces individually. They have these printed on details. The camera's not adjusting. And like even just these little, like I feel like they could have just sewn just extra thick stitching here, or like embroidery, you know, just a big little loop for each side to make it look like it's the little fastens. So not crazy about that, but the stitching on the shirt is really nice, and it's like got a nice feel to it. And you know, it's got this collar and things sleeveless. It's a bit too, like, same thing with the jacket. There is some style to the shape of the garment, but this printing on and then the jacket and the pants feel a little bit more cheaper than the shirt. Though the stitching is really good and the shape of the clothes are good. Here he's all dressed in his outfit. I do think the full look completely put together does look nice. And then the undershirt isn't as obvious with so much covering it up. And then he's got this long, I think it's pretty funny, his pleather belt, and it's got this long strap to be hanging here like this. Getting his jacket on was relatively easy, and I do like with the motion joint dolls, you can take their hands off, so I did do that to make it a little easier. And I think it's interesting how they gave him like electronic looking ears. It doesn't seem super electronic-y with a lot of the outfits or the theme, but like Some of the characters have it like mixed in. And I do like this little design they've got on the jacket here, but again, not crazy about these things being like printed on. And then here is the snake fully dressed. His ponytail is just a stationary ponytail. Some dolls will have like a movable ponytail that's on a joint, but this is just a peg that plugs in. And there's a little bit of resistance, but it does go all the way in. And I skipped doing each piece of his outfit in detail. I feel like I can just talk about it while he's wearing it. This overpiece, it's nice and double layered here. I was showing that, and feels pretty good quality. And his shirt feels really nice and soft. And again, he's got pants with like printed on little patterns on them, some red diamonds over here, and a white snake sort of shape going over here. I'm pretty sure it's a snake. It's kind of hidden there at the bottom. Looks like the head. He also has this vine-like or snake-like little neck piece, and can't really wear it with other dolls unless if they're also motion joint dolls where their heads can come off, because his head just has to be taken off to get it all the way on there, or to get it on there. Otherwise, it can just be like a little prop. But yeah, I think one thing I think is funny about him is I think his hairstyle covering one of his eyes is pretty serious looking, or typically of like a more serious character, but then he has a pretty big smile on his face. He has a very dark and serious look to his style, but then his expression is just pretty happy. So I think that's a little funny. But yeah, I like his style. I think his whole outfit and character design is pretty nice, well put together. Next up, we have the bunny. One thing I do think is funny is that she comes with a small pair of underwear, and that's probably because she has a pretty short skirt on. I do appreciate, though, that they gave her some underwear. And her outfit's pretty cute. She looks like she's dressed to keep warm in some cooler weather, which feels a little different than the other characters. And she does have kind of long sleeves, not as much as the pandas, but where her hands can still stick out if you just like pull the sleeve up a little bit and it'll stay. And then I can like do a little rotation. Yeah, so there you can already kind of see one of the main reasons why they gave her some underwear. The skirt is pretty short and it will ride up too. One thing I wasn't crazy about is like the amount of gluing things on. Not a lot of things are glued on with this set, but she would have had this little bunny kind of charm on. It's supposed to go on her little neck ruff, but it would have been better because like I don't even know that there was glue and it fell off. It looks like there's no glue residue. But yeah, like in these little tiny tied knots like she has, and then the panda has some. Those are also just glued on, and I think just a tiny stitch could just go through the knot or something like that to, you know, be sure to keep it in place because these glued on things can just fall off. Thankfully, however, this little charm on her belt is actually sewn on. It's got a tiny little stitch on there and a very cute small detail. Pretty hard to see, so it's nice when it's just these very small details. So the buckle of her belt is a heart-shaped buckle. And another thing I like about the bunny, and then I think with the cat as well, she hasn't been shown yet, that their headbands do come off. So there's a little more versatility if they do want to, like, you know, swap this with another head that this could fit onto, or if you want to put another head type accessory on them, you can. The other animals though, like the wolf, his ears stay on. Pandas, I mean, her main thing is that she's got like buns. Those just stay on. We have the cat next. One thing a bit funny is that she's got an eye chip loose. I'll fix it, but I thought she looked pretty silly here with it loose like that. So I fixed her eye chip, and similar to how the bunny seems to be the only one who comes with a pair of underwear, the cat seems to be one of the only ones that comes with a pair of socks. And in this short time, her socks have already become victim to the falling off of the glued on pieces. This little pom-pom was glued to this sock and came off when I was fixing her eye chip. I do like that, like her outfit and design, I think, are unique, but I think unfortunately she is one of my least favorite characters. It feels like with the other characters in this whole set, they went with a solid colored theme, and then for her, they just kind of didn't really give her her own color theme. And I guess I don't like the overuse of pink, that like everything with a girl character has to have pink on it. It feels like it's overly done sometimes. Like the pink bunny, she's all pink as a single character, like to have that color theme like the rest of them do, but then for there to be a pink character and the cat to also have pink feels a little sloppy, or just, you know, short-sighted, quickly done maybe. Like I feel like this character might have had less work and effort put in as compared to the other ones, but overall I still think she's cute, and I just don't love her. And last we have the tiger, and here he is in his outfit. I think he's probably my favorite out of this whole set. I really like his character design. I like his outfit. It's pretty funky with these pieces where there's like this shirt is like a sort of half shirt, it doesn't have this other sleeve, and so then this little over jacket thing goes on, and it's got elastic here, so it's kind of hard because it's like I tried to tuck it under his shirt a little, but it still kind of shows. It's a little awkward or something, or I'm not really sure how you get that to be a little bit more seamless. So that didn't feel like that was fully thought through. And then the pants are pretty cool, and they've got like a little tiger printed on them. I don't mind, I think I've already said a few times, like a little bit of printing on designs. I just don't like, for example, like with the cat, where it's like the forefront and center of her outfit's printed on, and just the majority of design is printed on. Again, with the tiger, I like this like color blocking where he's got the white sleeve here and then this yellowy orangey sleeve for here, so you've got that sort of color block, and his expression is really cute. And I think it's cute that he's got like little piercings in his ear, and I'm a big fan of his hair mold. I like the style they gave him. For the set as a whole, I like that they have a variety of characters going on, where they've got it's an even mix of 3 boy characters, 3 girl characters. I like that they gave all the characters pretty clear colors and really flesh out like full style. All of them make sense with their full look, I think, except for the cat. I don't really think her design was thought out that much. And the bunny a little, like I think it's a little sloppy with the faux fur bits, having sort of this colder weather looking outfit going on, then mixed in with like streetwear. I don't know. Anyway, my point is I do feel like the cat and the bunny are like, don't really fit the theme as much as the rest of them. I like a lot of their faces. I like how there's some variety and these expressions feel lively and there's so much going on, but I don't like the 2 flat faces with the bunny and the wolf. I think they're okay, but they just look really sad, and it seems like a weird contrast to the ones who just, the rest of them look very, very happy. Not even just like content. So I kind of wish they didn't really have frowns, but more of like flatter, neutral faces, because they do look kind of like just sad or scared even. I don't know. For the end here, we have the 2 hiddens. So with these 2, they basically have the same design, just with different coloring, and then they do have the different horns. And I think, so they're supposed to be dragons, and the white and gold one here I think is the super hidden, while the black and red one here is like the general hidden, I think. Pretty much everyone in the line, it's the same skin color across, and then he's the only one with the tan skin color. I'm glad they did have a doll with tan skin, or that's just not, you know, white. And I do think, unfortunately, though, the blushing they use for him is like too pink. It should be like a little, it doesn't quite match his skin tone as well as the other character's blushing does. I'm displaying him with without his cape to show, you know, the underside of the outfit a little bit more. The capes are pretty cool. They've got this like cool pattern on them, and again with his, the pattern stands out a little bit more. With the white one, I mean, you can, okay, no, I guess with under the light, earlier I was looking without the light and it didn't stand out as much, but yeah, the light definitely helps. I was a little confused about the elastic here, if that just should go over their chest and be in the front. For him, I tucked it under, like behind his arms, so it's like behind his back and his arms are going, yeah, sort of like a bolero jacket or something. And I think the chain detail is like pretty nice. They're very intricate, and as they should be, because these would be typically the hiddens found in, as with a small possibility, but this set was got during their pre-order or crowdfunding period, and I got this set with the, you know, the guaranteed, the 6+1+1. The differences I like, again, about the hiddens from the general ones is that they gave them these nice like little pointy ears. They're very elf-like, but they also just give them a little bit more supernatural look compared to the others. And there's just so many accessories between them. They've got their little undershirt, and they've got their full like pants, and I like the boots too. The boots they gave them, they go really well with these outfits, and I just like, yeah, the look. And the little the belts they have then with the hanging off chain and tassel, I think is really pretty. How this is supposed to look like a little jade pendant. And then again, that their hair, it's actually on a little ball joint itself, and so it can be moved around, and they can have very fantasy-like hair where it's flying in the wind, or, oof. Yeah, these guys are top heavy, like a lot of dolls this size, but I think the Nagis, in actual comparison to other dolls, are pretty stable. I haven't had much trouble just here fidgeting with their poses. It's a little bit more risky that they might fall over, but yeah, you can see he's got some wobble, but it's not like he's quick to fall over, so you can like pretty easily readjust that and find a good way to get them to, you know, stay. But yeah, I think overall this line's pretty great. I do like these hiddens. I wish that like maybe having different outfits would have felt a little bit more distinct. The characters do, just having a color difference and like the horns different between them does feel like a pretty big, significant enough difference to be like, oh, they're clearly different characters. And then I do think their faces might be this pretty, they look the same like face up, but I think part of it's in the eyebrows has come down just to a full sharp color, where his kind of gradient out a little, and I think that softens him up a little bit more, where he looks a little more serious. So even though it's like kind of the same face up, oh, I don't know, maybe he is smirking a little more. It's hard to tell. Well, he does look like he's smirking a little more. So I do like the faces, and again, like this being more of a serious face, I think for having a serious face, this looks better than like with the wolf or the bunny, where they look sad because their mouths actually are in a downturned shape. all in all, I do like this set. I think it was a pretty cool, unique set, and I think Nagi's pretty interesting with how they change up between each of their lines. So this has been their third Nagi series of the motion joint dolls. I didn't go into detail on every character's clothing pieces. If that is something you would like to see more detail, please let me know in the comments. Alright, that's everything. Please consider giving a like or subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.